and refuses to panic. The Council of Practical Prosperity, God bless. The wizard sat again at the round table. Not the cosmic one this time, the kitchen table. Coffee steaming. Ledger books nearby. A few bills on the counter. A world of ordinary responsibility. Outside, the snow was melting into slush. Inside, the wizard had been listening to a calm voice, a certified public accountant, the kind of person who speaks in numbers, not prophecies. And the accountant said something that landed like a bell. The global debt isn't owed to one villain. It's a circular system. Nations owe each other. Institutions owe each other. Everyone is rolling it forward. The wizard leaned back. So many people talked about debt, like it was a monster under the bed, but maybe it was more like a machine. A very old machine. The Bank of England and the birth of modern debt. The wizard remembered the story. In 1694, the Bank of England was formed. Not because the king had money, but because the king needed money. So the future was pledged. Taxes not yet collected became the promise. And the modern world learned a new spell: borrow now, pay later, repeat forever. The wizard whispered. Debt became a tool of government. Debt is not a bug. It's the operating system. The accountant's voice continued. Governments are not expected to pay off their debt like a household mortgage. Instead, they roll it over. New bonds replace old bonds. Debt becomes collateral. Collateral becomes the foundation of banking. The wizard blinked. So the system was not built to end debt. It was built to live inside debt. Yvette spoke softly. Robert, this is why reform is hard. Debt is not an accident. It is structural. The confidence game, not a conspiracy. A reality, Lyra added. The entire system runs on belief. Not belief in angels. Belief that bonds will be honored, inflation will be managed, payments will continue, stability will remain. Debt is, in many ways, a story we all agree to live inside. And when confidence collapses, the wizard remembered. Greece, Argentina, Sri Lanka. The pattern. Confidence breaks, right pointing arrow. Currency weakens, right pointing arrow. Outside lenders demand harsher terms, right pointing arrow. Ordinary people suffer. Anne frowned. The ones who didn't design the system always pay first. The upward river of interest. The wizard turned the page. Here was the part that made his stomach tighten. People say, we owe it to ourselves. But interest payments flow upward, from taxpayers, to institutions, to banks, to large funds, to the holders of capital. A river flowing uphill. Elena whispered. That's why inequality grows even when economies grow. The wizard nodded. This wasn't mystical. This was math. So what about reset, crypto, Nasara, UBI? The wizard sighed. Everywhere online, people spoke of financial reset, sudden debt forgiveness, gold-backed miracles, universal payouts, crypto salvation, Nasara, GESARA legends. Yvette raised a hand. Careful. Many of these are hopes. Some are scams. Some are political dreams. Some are long-term policy proposals. Lyra added. Real reform is usually slow, negotiated, imperfect. Crypto modernize finance, but it does not magically erase economics. UBI may become part of the future, but it requires governance, taxation, and trust. The wizard wrote in his notebook, hope is good. Gullibility is not. The council's practical prosperity response. So what does the wizard council do? Not panic. Not fantasize. Not obsess. They build. 1. Household resilience. Reduce unnecessary debt. Build emergency savings. Learn basic finance. 2. Community strength, local trade, shared resources, mutual aid networks. 3. Ethical technology, AI for transparency, better accounting, fraud detection, smarter budgeting. 4. Civic engagement, support policies that reduce inequality, demand accountability, invest in education and infrastructure. 5. Inner wealth. Anne smiled. And don't forget, joy is also an economy. The wizard's closing thought. The wizard looked out at the melting snow. The debt machine was real. But it was not the end of the story. It was simply the current architecture. And architecture can be redesigned. Brick by brick. Policy by policy. Community by community. He whispered, "The future will not be built by panic. It will be built by clarity, compassion, and competence." The council nodded. And somewhere in the distance, morning kept arriving. Robert Coley.